Hey, what's going on? It's Joey from the Hitting Performance Lab. What's up, Mr. Phil? Hey, I wanted to take a look at your left-handed swing first, and I've taken a sneak peek of both, and I'll show you why your left-handed swing is much better than your right. Obviously, because you haven't been using your right as much. But what we're looking at now, we went over our foundational stuff, so I don't want to beat a dead horse and go over that. But we talked about grip and a couple other changes to your swing that are going to help. What I'm impressed with is your weight compared to the 33-inch bat that you're swinging, and that's pretty impressive. So I like that. We're going to use it a little bit better, the bat, unweighting the bat a little better. You're creating a little forward momentum here. Now let's see how your vision is. So I like to draw a little circle around your head. Now I know this is kind of hard to see because we're almost in the sun there. The sun's behind us, shining into the camera. But once the heel hits, our head should not move out of that circle. Beautiful. Now I can see a little bit. Looks like that bill doesn't change much. So it looks like our eyes are actually out here versus nose behind barrel here. The head doesn't move that much, which is good, but this looks like that barrel. Can you see that? Or your hat, the brim of your hat. You see that? See how it just kind of stays out there as the ball comes in, whereas we want that nose to stay behind the barrel. And that means our vision, we're looking at contact right out of the corner of our eye, being this one out here, and instead of taking the nose behind the barrel and looking at the ball with both eyes. So that has actually happened on both swings. So keeping the nose behind the barrel might help along with your foundational stuff. That's one thing that you can do to contact and through contact, is keeping that nose behind the barrel. Nose is important, and not the eyes, because the eyes can move anywhere they want, but the eyes have to go wherever the nose is. And if we put the nose behind the barrel, then we got to keep those eyes there. So vision is definitely an issue. Not crazy, but because the head doesn't move that much during our rotational part of our swing, but not bad. We create a little bit of forward momentum with our hips coming forward, but being as small as we are, we're going to have to create a little bit more. So we'll work on that in future sessions. Hey, the back foot looks good, comes off the ground. I call that the front foot the gas pedal, the back foot the brake pedal. And we want to take our foot off the brake to go anywhere, and that's what you're doing. You leave the ground briefly right there, but we just need to be unweighting that bat a little better. Your arm action, the turn, looks pretty good. We have a nice little bend here in the front arm. Normally we get straightened out, which you're actually doing on your right swing. But notice how tight your barrel stays to your body. And when we compare your right swing, you're going to see a big difference. See how that stays there? And one of the big elements that you're doing with your left side, okay, not as much as we're going to start doing when we get into it down the road, but you're actually getting a down shoulder angle here. On your right side, you're going to see that it's the opposite. And that is one of the key components to rotational power, is that shoulder angle. And you actually come with a down shoulder angle a little bit, and that helps you get into a nice tight turn like this. But left swing looks pretty good, and this is obviously, like I said, this is the reason why your left looks a little bit better than your right, is because a lot of these elements. But not a lot of bad habits. You're not squishing the bug, that back foot's leaving the ground. But if we go to your right swing, kind of burn that image in your head of your left swing. So a lot more clear, obviously, because we got the sun's to our back. Let's see if I can get a good swing here off a good pitch. Let's see here, is this one good? I think it was actually one towards the end. I think this one might be good. Let's see. A good pitch. There we go. Alright. So let's back it up. Alright, Phil, already some differences with, you're going to see we're using a lot of hand action on this one. And what's happening is you're almost like you're circling this barrel. This barrel will circle around, and you'll start to lose. I mentioned on your left-handed swing how it stays nice and tight to your body. Look how it's moving around you, moving away from you. Okay, that's a hard action to keep control of that barrel when it starts to move around. But see, notice the difference in your shoulder angle. As you start your swing, it almost goes back. It almost kind of goes this way, the opposite way, and we want it to go down. So that's a problem, and that's creating a problem for your body to unweight this barrel, to unweight this bat, this big old heavy bat you're swinging. And also, you're not getting a lot of forward momentum. You're getting a little bit there, pick the foot up, put it down, and you're just kind of barely swinging with those hips. It looks almost like a golf swing, or maybe even your forehand in tennis. Almost looks like that, where there's not as much aggression coming into the ball as you are on the left side. You see that? So shoulder angle down, or backwards the other way, shoulder angle up, and then that causes that barrel. Your hands are trying to really work on this, and I mentioned arm barring. Okay, we're just about doing that here with the front arm, because your hands are trying to take over, because you're not using your spine the right way. And perfect frame right here, you can see the straight arm pretty much right there into the ball. Okay, back elbows trying to, so you have an upper body compensation that's happening because we're not using our spine engine the right way. Don't worry, we'll work on that. But other than that, not a lot of forward momentum with this swing, like compared to your left-handed swing, and we're just not really exploding the hips here, and arms are having to take over because our spine isn't working like it should, like it's supposed to. But other than that, man, it looks good. Remember, I mentioned don't do any of the new stuff in this video on your own, because I want to be there with you as we do it. I at least told your dad about this. So any of the arm stuff or whatever, because you're not going to know how to strategize that and apply it to your swing. So just work on your foundational stuff, your grip for right now. And if there's anything that you want to try, you can do your nose behind the barrel, because I was going to show you this. As your heel touches down, your vision, I draw this oval around your head here. We do well with keeping the head inside this circle, really good. Okay, actually your vision is a little better on your right side, although it is a little out in front. As you can see there, a little better. But keeping your nose behind the barrel will help you a little bit with the vision. But this is why right-handed you don't feel as comfortable and have as much power as your left-handed side, but we'll even that out. Remember, you got to do double the work. You got 2 swings to work on. Other than that, I enjoyed our time, brother, and got any questions, let me know. Looking forward to working with you.